Hey everyone, and welcome back to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today. So, we're going to be exploring a really delightful chapter, and it's simply titled Going to the MELA. Now, on the surface, this might just look like a cute, simple story about a family outing. But as we dig into it, you're going to see it's actually this beautifully crafted adventure that's just packed, literally packed, with hidden everyday lessons about family, civic duty, and keeping safe in public. But first, I want you to think about something. Have you ever been to a MELA? You know, a local fair or a carnival? Try to picture it for a second. The energy in the air, the crazy bright colors everywhere, the massive crowds, and oh man, that incredible smell of street food. It's just a universally exciting experience, right? Well, today, we get to relive that pure anticipation all over again, right alongside a really wonderful family. Okay, let's dive into this. The MELA has finally come to town, and honestly, you can practically feel the excitement radiating off the page. We meet Nita and Radha, and they are just buzzing with anticipation as they get ready. The sheer joy of a huge community event popping up right in your own neighborhood, it's just something so special. And the story captures that vibe perfectly right from the jump. Section 1. Preparing for the MELA. So as the family is mapping out their trip, they realize the fairgrounds are actually a bit far from their house. It's definitely not walkable. They've got to take a bus. And as everyone's getting ready, we get this incredibly real family moment. They ask Dottie G, the grandmother, to join, and she says, MELA. Oh yes, I would have loved to, but you know my legs hurt. It's such a poignant detail, isn't it? It really highlights this common reality where older family members might kind of hesitate to join big, tiring outings just because of physical discomfort. But then, Nita's father steps right in and warmly reassures her. He tells her not to worry at all, pointing out that there's a big group going, neighbors, extended family, and he says simply that they will take care of her. It's this subtle but honestly brilliant lesson embedded right in the story about empathy, about inclusion. It's about taking care of our elders so absolutely no one misses out on the fun. Touched by all that support, Dottie G agrees. She says, "All right, I will come." But, and I absolutely love this, almost instantly, she snaps right back into classic grandma mode. She immediately asks, "Have you filled up your water bottles?" It's so relatable. But honestly, it also serves as a fantastic practical tip for us. Whenever you're heading into a crowded, outdoor event, hydration is absolutely step number 1. Section 2. Traveling safely together. All right, so with the group expanding to include neighbors Sneha and Rohit, the whole crew boards the city bus. This brings a really vital piece of daily civic life into the narrative: public transportation. Taking the bus is how so many of us actually navigate our cities every single day, and the chapter uses this exact moment to quietly teach readers the ropes of riding public transit. So the crucial point is how they actually handle the fares. Rohit's father steps up and he insists on buying tickets for the entire group. He tells the conductor, 5 full and 4 half tickets, please. Now, this isn't just some random filler detail. It's a direct lesson in civic responsibility. Adults pay full fare, kids ride on half fare. And, actually paying for your journey is just an essential part of using shared city services. Once those tickets are bought, Rohit's dad lays down some very clear ground rules for the kids. The steps are simple, but they are vital. 1. Sit on your seats. 2. Do not jump around. And 3. Keep hands and head inside the window. I mean, these are textbook safety rules for any kid. Or, let's be real, any adult riding in a moving vehicle. It's just a great example of blending a fun story with essential life skills. Section 3. Arriving at the fairgrounds. The bus makes its way through the city perfectly safely. Everyone piles out, taking in the huge parade ground where the MELA is set up. You can just feel the excitement. At the same time, we learn that Mohan Chacha and his family have also arrived, but they took a totally different mode of transport, an auto rickshaw. So it becomes this bustling, busy, happy reunion right there at the gates. But right in the middle of all this chaos, they do not forget their promise to Dottie G. Mohan Chacha and Rohit immediately hurry to get a wheelchair for her. Now, a wheelchair, as defined here, is a chair with wheels used by people who can't walk easily. By securing this for Dottie G, they're actively practicing accessibility. They're making absolutely sure she can navigate this massive space comfortably and enjoy the day just as much as the kids do. Section 4. Safety and Emergency Services. Once Dottie G is comfortable, the whole group approaches the main entrance. And this brilliantly illustrates a really important contrast. On one side, you have this festive, colorful entrance drawing everyone into the fun. But parked right next to it, keeping watch, are the very serious emergency vehicles: an ambulance, a police jeep, and a fire engine. The story points these out specifically to teach us that wherever there are massive crowds, civic emergency services are stationed right there, ready to keep everyone safe. It also notes two other absolutely crucial civic features at the entrance. There's a large map showing where all the stalls are, and a lost and found booth staffed by volunteers. Look, if you've ever been separated from your friends in a huge crowd, you know exactly why this matters. Knowing where to find the map and that lost and found booth is literally one of the most important takeaways for anyone going to a huge public event. Section 5, Food and Good Hygiene. All right, with the safety checks completely out of the way, it is finally time for everyone's absolute favorite part of a fair: the food. But wait, actually, hold on. Before anyone gets to eat a single bite, Mohan Chacha steps in with a non-negotiable rule. He tells the kids, "You've had a lot of fun, now let's eat. But before you eat, you need to wash your hands properly." So they all head straight to the water point. It's a fantastic hygiene lesson wrapped right into the story. You've been out touching rides, handling bus tickets, navigating huge crowds. Washing your hands is just a must. Once those hands are squeaky clean, the feast begins. And oh man, the list of treats they share is truly mouthwatering. They dug into golgappas, chaat, chole kulche, hot jalebis with rabri, and they finished the whole thing off with kulfi. Wow, it just sounds absolutely delicious, and it perfectly captures that rich, shared cultural joy of eating amazing street food together at a community festival. Now, what's really interesting about this part is what happens after the feast. The story doesn't just let them eat and walk away. Nope. It specifically mentions that after eating, they made sure to put all their waste right in the dustbin. This is their final civic duty of the day, keeping public spaces clean so that the next family comes along and enjoys the MELA just as much as they did. With full stomachs, definitely some tired feet, and very happy hearts, the family finally begins to make their way out of the fairgrounds. They're heading home after a truly wonderful day together. Think about it. They navigated the city safely, they took great care of Dadiji, they practiced good hygiene, and they had an absolute blast doing it. But just as they're leaving, the story drops a huge surprise cliffhanger on us. Dadiji suddenly points and exclaims, "Look, children, who is accompanying the police officer?" And that is exactly where the source excerpt ends. No way, right? It just leaves us wide-eyed, asking a million questions and totally curious about what exactly Dadiji spotted on their way out. Did someone get lost? Was it a strayed animal? We can literally only guess. And that brings us to the end of our story today. But really, it's just the beginning of your own reflection. The text turns the focus outward to you, asking, what transport do you take to travel within your own city, town, or village? Whether it's taking a bus, grabbing an auto rickshaw, or just walking, the streets are your shared space. So the next time you step out your front door, I want you to ask yourself, how are you contributing to the safety, the cleanliness, and the community of your own daily journey? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to dive into our next topic with you.